angle made by the vector with x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, all three are equal. Means they give alpha value is same as beta value, in turn is same as gamma value. Vector drawn from origin to the given point is position vector. Three-dimensional representation is what in terms of x, y and z-axis. Whatever you studied in your first year PUC. They wanted to find direction cosines. For that, first you create vectors. So this relation helps you to solve. They gave alpha, beta, gamma is equal because they told it makes equal angle. So if whenever a vector makes equal angle, then alpha, beta, gamma all are what? Equal. So dear students, now we go ahead with what? Then we have to show that the points are collinear. See, dear students, if the points are collinear, then the direction ratios are proportional. Welcome to the session, dear students. Today we'll go ahead with one of the important chapter, that is three-dimensional geometry. So now, in three-dimensional geometry, you have studied in your first year PUC, that is, we can represent a point in terms of x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. This point of intersection we call it as what? Origin. So a point in three-dimensional geometry is x comma y comma z. And you also studied in my last chapter, that is position vector. Vector drawn from origin to the given point is what? Vector drawn from origin to the given point is position vector. Three-dimensional representation means what? In terms of x, y and z axis. Whatever you studied in your first year PUC. So now in today's class, I will consider concepts of direction cosines. So now we'll see direction cosines. We'll see what is a direction cosine and how to find direction cosines and direction ratios. So we'll focus on this and we'll conclude the exercise, one of the important exercises in your textbook. So dear students, now we'll take three dimensions: x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. The point of intersection, that is origin, and we consider a vector. Let us consider a vector. Say this is the vector, so we name this vector as vector A. So this is point P, and say the vector A makes an angle alpha with x-axis. Angle made by the vector with x-axis is alpha, and angle made by the vector with y-axis is beta. Angle made by the vector with z-axis here is gamma. Then cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, we call them as direction cosines. This point is x, y, z. Now we can write this vector now vector A is equal to x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. Now direction cosines. Alpha, beta, gamma are the angle made by the vector with coordinate axis. Alpha, beta, gamma are the angles made by the vector with x, y and z axis, with x, y and z axis respectively. So now direction cosines means, so what are the direction cosines? Direction cosines are cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. These are the direction cosines. Cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma are called as what? Direction cosines. How to find cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma? We can also call the direction cosines as what? L, M, L. And what is the format for direction cosines? So dear students, cos alpha is x by magnitude root of x square plus y square plus z square, means quotient of I. What is quotient of I cap? X by magnitude. and we can also call cos alpha as L. M, or we say cos beta. Cos beta is y by magnitude. Y by magnitude of vector, and cos gamma is z by magnitude. Cos gamma is z by magnitude. Root of x by, you know how to find magnitude. So this is a direction cosines. Here, to understand this better, we'll take a two-dimensional structure. So I'll take two dimension, means I'll take only x-axis and y-axis, and I'll consider a point, say OP. P is a point, divides xy. Now I'll draw perpendicular, extra constructions. Now I have a vector A is OP. Now I'll do extra construction. The extra construction is I'll draw perpendicular, which means x-axis at M. You know this OM is x and PM is what, y. And you can see right angle triangle. From right angle triangle you can apply what, Pythagoras theorem. So now OP square is equal to OM square plus PM square. OP means magnitude of vector A, the whole square, is OM square. OM square means x square plus PM is y square. And magnitude of A is what? Root of x square plus y square. We got length of OP. The length of OP we got. That is also called as magnitude. Now coming to the point, if I assume, so with x-axis the vector makes angle alpha. From this cos alpha, what is cos alpha? Cos alpha means what? So cos alpha, you know cos means what? Opposite, adjacent by hypotenuse. OM divided by, from triangle I am applying cos. Cos is what? OM by OP. And what is OM? OM is, O to M is x and OP is length. Length is magnitude, that is root of x square plus y square. So in two dimension I got cos alpha x by root of x square plus y square. In three dimension it will be x square plus y square plus z square. And cos beta similarly y by quotient of j and this. So this is in brief. So now dear students, just will conclude. Conclusion is, for a vector, vector A is equal to say x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. X, y, z are direction ratios. We call them as what? Direction ratios. And cos alpha is equal to x by magnitude of vector, cos beta y by magnitude of vector, cos gamma z by magnitude of vector, are the direction cosines. We call them as what? They are the direction cosines. Direction cosines. And in spite of calling them as cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, you can also call them as L, M, N. So L is x by magnitude, M is y by magnitude, N is z by magnitude. Now going ahead, a line makes an angle 90 degrees. So now I am starting with exercise 11.1 problems. A line makes an angle 90 degrees, 135 degrees, 45 degrees with x, y and z axis respectively. Find the direction cosines. Find its what? Direction cosines. This is a question. So now first we'll write what is given. So dear students, they give angle made by the vector with x, y, z axis. Means they have given angle with x axis is alpha. Alpha is 90 degrees. So we need cos alpha. That implies what is cos alpha? Cos alpha means cos 90 degrees. All of you know cos 90 is what? 0. And they give angle made by the vector with y axis, that is beta, 135 degrees they give. So 135 degrees we need cos beta, that is cos 1 beta. Cos beta means cos 135 degrees. You know cos 135 degrees can be written in terms of a right angle. Cos of 180 minus 45 degrees. You know cos of 180 minus it is minus cos theta. So it will be minus cos 45 degrees. That is minus 1 by root 2. You got cos beta. And gamma, the third angle made by the vector with z axis is 45 degrees. So that implies cos gamma, that is cos 45 degrees. Cos 45 degrees is what? 1 over root. So therefore, they wanted to find direction cosines. Therefore, direction cosines are direction cosines. You can call them as LMN, or we say cos alpha, cos beta. Direction cosines are cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma. And that is, what is cos alpha? So we got cos alpha as 0, cos beta we got it as minus 1 over root 2, cos gamma we got it as 1 over root 2. These are the direction cosines. Now, find the direction cosines of a line which makes equal angle with coordinate axis. One of the important questions. Line makes equal angle, they want to find direction cosines. See, they have given equal angle, means they give angle made by the vector with x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, all three are equal. Means they give alpha value is same as beta value, in turn is same as gamma value. We have important relation. So you should know this relation. What is the relation? So we have cos square alpha, sum of the squares of direction cosines. Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is always 1. Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is what? 1. So this relation helps you to solve. They gave alpha, beta, gamma is equal because they told it makes equal angle. So if whenever a vector makes equal angle, then alpha, beta, gamma all are what? Equal. So dear students, now we go ahead with what? With the relation. So cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is exactly what? 1. And you know alpha, beta, gamma they give equal. Alpha equal to beta equal to gamma. So instead of beta, gamma you put alpha. So I'll write cos square alpha plus cos square alpha plus cos square alpha equal to what? 1. Cos square alpha plus cos square alpha plus cos square alpha I can say 3 times cos square alpha. And cos square alpha is exactly 1 by 3. And you know cos alpha can be written as root of 1 by 3 plus or minus. So that is cos alpha is equals to plus or minus 1 by root 3. So therefore, alpha, beta, gamma all are equal means cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are equal. Therefore, direction cosines are cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. All of you know alpha, beta, gamma are equal. That is, I can say cos alpha, cos alpha, cos alpha. Instead of beta also I can take cos alpha, gamma also alpha. I can say that is plus or minus 1 by root 3, plus or minus 1 by root 3, plus or minus 1 by root 3. You can club however you want. It means plus or minus take 1 by root 3. All may be positive, all may be negative, like that you can rearrange. Next we have. Okay, now we'll go ahead with the problem 3. If a line has direction ratios minus 18, 12, minus 4, what are its direction cosines? So they give direction ratios. We can call them as ABC or XYZ. X is minus 18, Y is 12, and Z is minus 4. So direction cosines. First I'll find magnitude. I'll find root of x square plus y square plus z square. So that is minus 18 the whole square plus 12 the whole square plus minus 4 the whole square under root. So you know minus the whole square is plus, and 18 square gives you 324 plus 12 square gives you 144 plus minus the whole square is plus, 4 square is 16. Now you add it, 324, 424, 468, 468, 478 plus 6, that is 484. Root under 484, I can write this as 121 4s are. So 121 into 4 is this, or I can say 22 under root. This is 11 2s are 22. So root 484 is 22. Now for the direction cosines, cos alpha is x by magnitude, root of x square plus y square plus z square. Direction ratio, that is x is what? Minus 18. Minus 18 divided by 22. It is divisible, you can divide it. Both are divisible by 2. Minus 9 divided by 11. Cos beta is equal to y by magnitude y by root of x square plus y square plus z square. That is, what is y? The direct ratio 12 divided by 22. So both are divisible. 2 6 are 2 11s are, and cos gamma, that is z by magnitude, that is minus 4 divided by 22, that is minus 2 by 11. So therefore direction cosines are cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. That is, we have minus 9 by 11, comma, we have 6 by 11, and the last is minus 2 by 11. These are the direction cosines. Then we have to show that the points are collinear. See, dear students, if the points are collinear, then the direction ratios are proportional. Proportional. So what we do is, so I'll assume the points is A 2, 3, 4, B -1, -2, 1, C 5, 8, 7. Now I have assigned the terms and find AB, vector AB. Then AB means OB minus OA, that is -1, -2 I cap, plus this is x1, y1, z1, this is x2, y2, z2. So x2 minus x1, so OB minus OA. You have learned vector notations. In vector notations, let me write the formula. AB can be written as OB minus OA, that is B minus A, -1, -2, -3 I cap, and then -2, -3, -5 J cap, and -3 K cap. This is AB. And create BC. Or AC, whatever. Or co-initial vectors. So I'll go for AC. AB, AC. AC means what? OC minus OA. There are two methods to solve this. OC minus OA means, that is 5 minus 2, 3i. 8 minus 5, 8 minus 3, positive 5i, 5j. Then what is that? We have 5 minus 2 is 3, 8 minus 3 is positive 5, 7 minus 4 is 3. So now you can write, see, AB and AC. Clearly they vary by sign. AC is minus AB. Or direction ratios, if you divide, you will get same value. Means if you do A1 by A2, B1 by B2, C1 by C2, they are proportional. A1, B1 means direction ratios. What are they? -3 by 3. Then you'll have quotient of J, so -5 by 5. Then you'll have quotient of K by K, that is -3 by 3. So you can see all will give you same value, that is -1 when you divide. So since direction ratios are proportional, they're proportional, therefore vector points are collinear. Therefore the points are collinear. Find the direction cosines of the sides of the triangle whose vertices are given. So I want direction cosines of sides. So vertices, vertex A is 3, 5, -4. Vertex B is -1, 1, 2. Vertex C is -5, -5, -2. They wanted to find direction cosines. For that, first you create vectors. So what is vector AB? All of you know vector AB is one of the side, that is OB minus OA. OB minus OA means subtract B with A, that is this two. Minus 1 minus 3 is minus 4 I cap. Then 1 minus 5 is minus 4 j cap. Then 2 minus of minus 2 plus 4, 6 k cap. This is vector AB. Then you go to side BC, vector BC. Vector BC is what? OC minus OB. That is C minus B. Minus 5 minus of minus 1. Minus 5 plus 1. That will be minus 4i. Then minus 5 minus 1 minus 6j. And minus 2 minus 2 minus 4k. Then AC, AB, BC, AC. That is, this is vector C. So minus 5 minus 3. Minus 5 minus 3 is minus 8 I cap. Minus 5 minus 5 minus 10 j cap. Minus 2 plus 4 becomes plus 2 cap. We got sides. Vector AB is this vector. You see, for every side you find direction cosines. Now direction cosines of AB. Side AB. So first we take vector AB. What is vector AB? Minus 4 minus 4 6. Minus 4 minus 4 6. I cap, j cap, k cap. Now that is find magnitude. What is the magnitude? 4 minus 4d whole square plus minus 4d whole square plus 6 square. 16 plus 16 plus 36. 32 plus 36. 68. So root 68. It is divisible by 16. Therefore, 4 into 17, that is 2 root 17. Direction cosines are minus 4 by 2 root 17, minus 4 by 2 root 17, that is 6 by 2 root 17. Both are divisible. 2 2s are 2 1s are 2s are 1 3s are. So therefore direction cosines are minus 2 by root 17, minus 2 by root 17, and 3 by root 17. These are the first pair direction cosines. Same way you can find direction cosines for BC and AC. Now I have done for what? AB. Now it's your task to do this. Find magnitude. Here magnitude will be same. Then prolong. I hope all of you understood this. So by this I conclude the topic. I'll see you in my next session. By the time you find the direction cosines for the other two sides. Thanks for attending. I'll see you in my next session. Bye.